We all know Lord Vishnu took the form of a human being as Rama, the son of King Dashratha, to kill Ravana. But why so much drama to kill Ravana? Lord Vishnu could have killed him directly or just take a human form, kill him, and leave. First of all, why Vishnu himself? There are so many questions. The last one is actually an easy question to answer. Vishnu had to take the onus because the other two, Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, themselves were very much pleased with Ravana by his great penance and granted him many boons which strengthened him further. Anyway, Lord Brahma actually is the creator, not the killer. Ravana is a huge devotee of Lord Shiva, so Shiva would not kill Ravana. That leaves Vishnu with the task. Lord Vishnu could not kill Ravana unless he takes a human form due to the boons granted by Lord Brahma. In the previous episodes about Ravana, we have seen that one of the boons Ravana was blessed with was that he would be invincible to the creation of Brahma, including gods, kinnaras, gandharvas, etc. But he did not mention human beings in the list due to his ego. That's why only a human being can kill Ravana. Now comes the question. Lord Vishnu could have just been born as a human being, kill Ravana and leave. Why such a long drawn drama? This is a very important question, the answer to which solves many problems we face in life, even during the current times. There is something to learn for everyone in every stage of Rama's life, from birth to the end. Treta Yuga was the time when people started believing the old stagnant traditions and practices as ultimate, though they were made for some other times and no changes made as per the evolving times. In their name, people slowly started manipulating others in a twisted way and started to amass wealth and power. Virtues like truthfulness, love, passion, mercy, etc., were followed in a way that is beneficial for their own personal gains. Kings, who are the keepers of dharma and great virtues, started believing that they are the biggest powers on earth. Some even thought they are the personification of gods. They focused on getting more and more wealth and power and started ignoring common man's needs. Lineage and hereditary rights became ultimate things to protect rather than the personal virtues. Everyone started forgetting about humanity. Focus shifted from common human development and well being to amassing wealth and being powerful. Self and family development were paramount, even at the cost of others. They took pride in following old, redundant traditions. All these stunted the growth of people as a whole. Peaceful cohabitation between different groups was ignored, and power struggles were the norm. Weak were being downtrodden, and powerful became all the more powerful. Women were dominated, and polygamy was the norm for all the rich and the rulers. The powerful gave wrong examples for the normal people to follow. The rich heritage installed by all the predecessors were being diluted, and everyone was finding their own reasons for using them for their benefit. Slowly, some intellectuals started understanding the damage being done and were aspiring for change. But there was nothing they could do as their power was limited. That's why Rama was born as the heir prince of the most powerful kingdom of that time, to instill good virtues in all and be the example for everyone to follow. Though killing Ravana was the reason for the birth of Rama, his life was an example of how a human being can live with ultimate peace and how everyone can grow together in the midst of even troubled times. He showed people how to live in peace with the surroundings and others. Though he was the throne successor of the greatest kingdom of that time, he never attached himself to power and wealth. He could very easily shift from the life of a throne prince of the greatest kingdom to the life of a simple ascetic without any qualms. He proved that a man could be truthful, simple, down to basics, and still achieve great things in his life. Ravana was the epitome of wealth and power, torturing everyone whom the simple, peace loving, ascetic Rama, with basic help from others, could kill. He showcased how the best of relationships can be maintained between family members. We all know if the family as an unit is cherished and made strong, the country, which is a group of families, will prosper automatically. His unconditional love and protection towards the people around him made him the ideal king. His way of ruling people was unheard of until then. The term Ramarajya stands for the most exalted concept of a welfare state, giving equal chances to one and all, irrespective of their birth and status. People have always aspired for Ramarajya, which seems to be out of reach even in today's evolved times of democracy. During the life of Rama, great changes were made and implemented. Weak and downtrodden were uplifted. Education and well being was made available to anyone who was interested. Equality based on competence was given utmost importance. Women were given equal rights. Monogamy was promoted. If Lord Vishnu tells these things being himself, they would not be so effective. No one will understand and they will say gods can do anything but not possible for human beings. Only a human being can show another human being what they are capable of. So, Lord Vishnu as Rama faced worst of hardships in life, so tough that after so many generations of hearing those, we still get tears in our eyes, proving that he was not above all other people. But still, he stood strong in all phases of his life and be able to achieve the best. Lord Rama was the one whose thoughts and words never went astray. The best for him was never personal or selfish. He always did everything which can result in common good. His life stood as a model for every son, every brother, every student, disciple, husband, relative, friend, enemy, ruler, and others, indicating how to conduct their lives. His life showcases examples for best way to live in any role in our lives. He remained a symbol of an ideal person, an ideal administrator, and a warrior unparalleled even today. This was the main purpose of Lord Vishnu's long life as Rama, to prove that even in the midst of troubles, a person can maintain his sanity and lead an exemplary life. Vishnu, being the preserver who maintains life, had to strongly instill these good qualities in human beings for everyone's benefit and sustainability. So he took the form of a human being, faced all the perils of life, still stood strong, and lived an exemplary life, the ideas of which we even today try to pass on to our next generations. The lessons of his life are all the more important today as the present generation is on the verge of doing irreparable damage to Mother Earth and destroy our very home with our pomp and desire for more. Living pure and simple and common well being are the main teachings of Lord Rama's life, which are all the more relevant today. While understanding this inner meaning, let us also know about few stories given as reasons for why the life of Rama went as it did and for Vishnu taking a human form to kill Ravana in the next video. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu.